Are we doing this about Maverick? What? I'm confused.
Yeah. Sorry, you don't know anything because you don't read our text. Today is Danica's stepmom's birthday, so they're not here.
Oh, I didn't know that either. What?
I didn't know that until you told me that in person.
LOL.
So hey,
yeah, you told me in person too. I don't think we ever addressed it in the chat.
Yeah, you told me over FaceTime.
Yeah, don't shit on Devin for not reading the group chat. You literally didn't put it in it. So hey.
Welcome back to Whispers of the Dice. We are of legal age now to consent, vote, and join the military in the United States of America because it is session 18. But tonight we are just now coming off of a crazy night, and we have leveled up to level 6. Could somebody please recap what happened last session for inspiration?
God.
You don't get inspiration for that. I need more than that.
Okay. We went shopping. And everyone bought something? Question mark? Not everyone. I don't think.
Not Bart.
Not Bart. Bart got ambushed.
I bought wine. Wait, no, I didn't. Maverick bought it. Never mind.
Maverick bought wine for you. Everyone partook in some way of some festivity of purchase.
Yes.
And then while we were there, the paladins and the clerics both showed up to where the literal Empyrean was sleeping and started causing a ruckus. And they woke him up, and the leaders of the paladins and the clerics got vaporized because they were really bad. And then God told us that, hey, you guys are kind of doing okay. You guys don't suck. And we said, thank you, God. And then God went back to sleep.
Take inspiration, Theo. Thank you.
I will.
Wow. After you guys left God, Empyrean, you were told by him to go to the this final library in Imperia, and there you would find the information that you seek. It has been a long road, y'all, and you finally find this Terrador, this book of Terrador information that you have been seeking that was sent away from the capital to some unknown library for a month now. And you finally find it. We don't need to roleplay you finding it. You get into this library. The librarian knows what you're looking for. Oh, that's strange. We got that shipment in about a month ago. And finds you this thick bound, like, journal. And it looks like, there's been pages shoved into it. It kind of looks like it's been waterlogged and then dried, you know what I mean? Like a well-used journal. Yeah. Journal appears at first glance to be a simple record of Tandem Arcanum's travels and observations. This appears to be like his personal journal, what he was writing down of his travels throughout the nation and throughout the nations and into Terrador. But everybody give me an investigation roll.
Happily. Well,
I got a nat 1.
Nat 1. Laura can't read.
Laura can't read.
19.
Got
19.
11.
I got a 1. Unnatural.
Yay.
A natural 1.
What'd you get, Devin?
21.
21.
Bart! Wow.
Bart.
Wow. It quickly becomes apparent to Kiana and Bart. And Theo, you're getting most of this, but not nearly as in-depth. Like, Kiana and Bart are pointing this stuff out to you as you go through. Lorik and Cyrus, you guys are somewhere else. Lorik has taken Rock on a walk. He's looking around the library. What's Cyrus doing on this nat 1, or on this unnatural one?
She's looking at a book upside down, and she's like, wow, this isn't a different language. I don't understand it at all.
Perfect. How are you guys reading that? Yeah, perfect.
I don't understand.
It quickly becomes apparent to Kiana and Bart, and then eventually to Theo, that it's much more. Each page contains a series of seemingly mundane entries written in code. Do any of you speak Primordial?
Can I check? Does Lorik speak that?
Lorik, give me an intelligence check.
Nope.
Natural 20.
Lorik, you have unlocked your last language that you
Oh,
did not know on your character
You're
sheet.
kidding. Wait,
Cyrus
no,
also
yesterday you
speaks
told me
it.
I had 2.
Okay, Megan, you've unlocked one of 2 of remaining Lorik's unknown languages. Primordial is one of Lorik's unknown languages.
Wow.
And yes, Cyrus, don't worry, baby girl. I see you. We're letting Megan have this nat 20, but I do see you, princess. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
You guys, so Kiana, Theo, and Bart are sitting there going like, what? This is like, I don't know what to say. And Lorik, you glance over and start reading it perfectly. Out loud.
Can't read common, but can read primordial. Crazy.
Primordial, yeah. So Lorik, you start to dictate this to them. And it's essentially like you can read the words out loud, but you don't know what they mean. And everyone else comprehends what you're saying, right? This journal includes, and this is, you might want to take some notes. I'll definitely send these notes in the chat in a few minutes. The journal includes details of secret meetings that Tandem Arcanum witnessed between Terradorian officials and unknown figures. The descriptions imply to you guys that these meetings took place near coastal fortresses, locations not commonly known to the public. This also implies to you guys that Tandem was listening to these meetings and spying on them, but he was not a part of them. Tandem notes also that the king of Terrador, who you guys have colloquially heard being referred to as the Paranoid King, has grown increasingly erratic with paranoid obsessions about a, quote, impending invasion. He's begun building a wall on the coast closest to Terrador. Or between Terrador and Imperia, sorry. The coast of Terrador that's closest to Imperia, he started building a wall. Sorry, I'll pause for a second. So he's been spying on meetings with Terradorian officials and unknown people. Paranoid King getting more paranoid. Scattered throughout the journal are cryptic mentions of Varanthian information being smuggled into Terrador under the guise of diplomatic exchanges. So Tandem speculates that these items that are being smuggled from Varanth into Terrador probably hold magical properties that could alter both like politically landscape and the physical landscape. Varanth's role in Terrador's defense strategy, it becomes clear to you guys through what he's finding out that the logs detail shipments of strange, unmarked crates from Varanth to Terrador, often accompanied by heavy security, magical wards. Whatever it is, it's important. These shipments are labeled as diplomatic cargo. In this place, he wrote in the margins that this is somehow relating to Varanth's role in Terrador's defense strategy. You guys also see he talks about spy networks in Varanth. The surveillance logs mention multiple Terradorian spies embedded within Varanth, and they're posing as merchants, they're posing as scholars, they're posing as clerics within Varanth. Their primary objective seems to be gathering intelligence on Varanth's governmental pursuits, any of those related to the Varathorix and potentially reawakening the Varathorix. So it seems like Terrador is sending spies to Varanth to see if Varanth is planning on raising the Varathorix, which is the name of the Red Dragon. You also see talk of secret trade routes. Maps show hidden trade routes that are used by Terrador to bypass these like heavily monitored coastal areas when they're shipping this illegal stuff. Or not necessarily illegal, but this secretive stuff that, you know, Tandem's not sure what it is. Maps show hidden trade routes that are used by Terrador to avoid highly monitored coastal waters. These routes are leading through Varanthian territories. So there's secret pathways through Varanth that Terrador's using, suggesting that either Terrador's king has allies within Varanth, or he's exploiting Varanth without their knowledge. The last entry in the notebook, where after this it is blank waterlogged pages. the last entry in the notebook, says that Tandem was soon heading to meet with a name that none of you guys recognize. Says that Tandem was on his way to meet with Heidi Hopel, which is a lawyer in Varanth who works for a name that some of you recognize, Ignatius Fenton. Some of you have heard that name. Cyrus, you've definitely heard this name. Bart, you've definitely heard this name. Ignatius Fenton is one of the War Council members. So that group of, in Varanth, there's the chieftain, who is like the president, and then there's like Parliament or the Senate or whatever, that is the War Council. And Ignatius Fenton is one of the War Council members. He said that he was on his way to meet with Heidi Hopel, which is this lawyer that works for Ignatius, in Varanth. Heidi and Tandem were meeting, or planning to meet, to renegotiate the treaty between Varanth and the Empire. So that treaty that all the 4 nations have with Arcanum to restore peace and have trade routes and all that stuff. Tandem was going as a representative from the Empire to go renegotiate with Varanth and say, hey, we can tell you guys aren't happy. We're worried that you guys are going to break the alliance. How can we fix this? Because we don't want you to do that. So Tandem was supposed to go and hopefully appease Varanth into not breaking the alliance and not awakening the Varathorics. Past that point, you don't know. You're not sure if he made it. You're not sure how long ago this was. It was recent though, right? Because he died recently. And he was writing in this thing every day. So like the last entry was from, a week or less before his death. Before his proposed, probable time of death. You don't know if he made it there. You don't know if, these people were the last people that ever saw him. You don't know if he never made it there. You can do something with that later on. You probably know that eventually you will need to go to Varanth and investigate this. But for now, you only have a few minutes to discuss as your boat is about to leave and the time for Afriel's wedding approaches. Do you guys have anything you do want to immediately say about this before you leave?
Lorik, where did you learn that? I'm assuming everything that you just said was coming from Lorik.
What do you mean?
You just perfectly spoke this language that none of us could. I mean, was it Cyrus that also knew it? At Cyrus, I kind of knew, but you can barely speak common.
I don't know. Maybe it's a Minotaur thing? None of you are Minotaurs. I'm a Minotaur.
Kiana, give me a intelligence check, history check.
That is you said history?
Mm-hmm.
4.
Oh no.
No idea.
Might be Minotaur thing.
Okay.
Theo, Bart, or Cyrus, if you want to give me a history check, go for it.
Sure.
Might as well.
Sure.
Oh my
Delicious.
gosh, another 2.
Today's.
That's another
12.
unnatural 1, so.
Bart got a 12.
Yeah.
Bart,
Bart
you've been all over the Empire for
Zoned in.
you not only have you been all over the Empire since you were a child and performing, but you've also met fans from all over the Empire. And somehow you remember that the second most commonly spoken language other than Common in Terrador is Primordial.
Of course. I have fans yell at me in that language all the time. Believe me, I know how common it is.
Well, I'm from Abyssinia. I don't know.
Huh?
Interesting. Cyrus, how do you know this language?
They were just teaching it at the academy. I just guess I picked up on it.
With the knowledge that we've just been given with, don't know if Terrador is in alliance with Varanth or if Terrador is doing things under the nose of Varanth. Like, do you happen to know anything? I mean, beyond what's written?
I don't know. Does Cyrus know anything fishy that might have been going on? Does she suspect anything?
Give me a history check.
Okay.
But first of all, I'll tell you for sure that you do know the name of this politician, Ignatius Hinton.
Yeah. I just didn't know if she recognized anything fishy going on with Terrador or anything like that.
Yeah, give me a history check and let's see.
Better, thank goodness. Okay, so 14.
14. I think on a 14, you definitely have come across some of these things, but it wasn't your circle of crime that was engaging in them, so you weren't paying a bunch of attention. Some of the competition was, you knew that I don't know, they've been smuggling something from Terrador. And you remember your buddy, what's his name?
Troy.
Blanking. You remember that Troy even said, in a letter a while back,
Oh.
that poison that you like to get, that we get from Terrador, all trade's been cut off. We haven't been able to get it. And I think that you even remember even since trade's been cut off, the competition's been getting their stuff just fine.
Ah. Okay.
So I think you remember things like that happening with some Terradorian spies being caught and taken care of by competition crime. Things being smuggled in from Terrador, and you were just kind of well, it's the same illegal stuff we always smuggle in. But I don't know that you've heard anything being smuggled from Varanth out. But it's nothing that you have personal, oh, I know a lot about that, but you have definitely heard of it from the competition.
I kind of suspected that something was going on, but it wasn't really any of my business, so I didn't really care. The only time I do care is that it's been really hard to get in some of my usual products from wherever. It's the trade has been cut off. I got a letter saying that I couldn't get my usual shipments in, so it is now a little bit more concerning.
Right. Especially since they're building a wall now.
Yeah, why? What are they worried about?
There's a bunch of nerds in this country. They're not going to do anything.
You guys all also remember, this has been building for quite a while. In session 2, Clementine told Maverick, Terrador was most of the food export for the Empire, and since they cut off trade, food's gotten way more expensive in the capital.
Oh, yeah.
I need more money from you, right? You've known about that for about a month now. Cyrus, you heard, 2 or 3 weeks ago that your shipments weren't coming in like normal from Terrador. At the debate, you guys heard about the Paranoid King building this wall. I think all of it's just kind of clicking together for you guys in this moment that these rumors about Terrador maybe playing with the idea of breaking the alliance a little more reputable than originally thought.
Makes me wonder what they're preparing for.
I mean, if you don't have an alliance, then you don't have to help anyone. And no one's gonna come help you.
Well, looks like we might end up in Varanth anyways, but I guess we'll just have to be careful. Who knows who may be around. Whoever this tandem guy is, he seems to be a bit concerned about it.
That's the dead.
The guy.
It's the dead guy.
The dead guy. You
Yes,
remember that,
I know
right?
it's the dead guy, but I
Okay.
never met him. Did you talk
Okay.
to the dead guy?
No, because he was dead when I met him.
I said
Yeah.
my
Well, then
condolences.
remember he came back, kinda, and then he
But
was dead
we
again.
didn't get to talk to him.
No.
I said my condolences.
You did. Wow. Whoever is... If anyone wants to make any more history checks or anything like that to see if they remember anything else about, we have potentially a last location that Tandem was seen. We have all this information about spies and all of that. If anybody else wants to make any other checks, let me know now, or we'll move on.
I don't think Lorik would know anything. I mean, I'll do a check.
The thing is, Megan, what are you going to do if Lorik gets a nat 20?
That's your job to tell me what
That's
I know.
your job.
Oh, gosh.
I suddenly have all these memories of a different person.
Yeah, you can make a check, Abby.
Can I do a speculation?
Sure.
I'm just thinking, so Tandem saw all these meetings go down, and then I'm assuming he was obviously spying and has information.
Mm-hmm.
And then thinking about the fact that they tried to resurrect him at the funeral. These people we don't know.
Yeah, you still don't know who was trying to resurrect him.
Yeah. I'm just throwing that out there into the ether because I thought about it. They probably wanted to get information out of him.
Yes, Cyrus.
Can she investigate the journal itself, seeing if there's anything like drawn in it, any papers stuck in that might be important, like any extra stuff?
Yeah, go for it. Lorik, what'd you get?
I did a 12 on history.
For what specifically?
Oh,
Like,
finally.
I mean, I don't think Lorik knows anything, so if he's heard anything in his 2 months of life that he just now knows what it means that we're talking about it.
For which part of the journal are you most interested in Lorik potentially knowing more about?
No.
I'm gonna come back to you, Megan Lane.
Yeah, well, no. What did you say about where these meetings were? They're in coastal fortresses?
Tandem seems to have said that they're in coastal fortresses. Let me find it, the exact wording. Locations that are not commonly known to the public.
Has Lorik heard anything?
On a 12, I think Lorik has no memory of Terrador, but you are familiar with coastal fortresses. You stayed in one for a few days before you left, and you know that you would have to know certain people to get into them. So it's not something that he would easily be able to sneak into. There would have to be some way for him to be let into them for him to be able to listen to this.
So do you guys think, I mean, I don't really know much about it, but this sounds like a really big deal. Like, these meetings and these fortresses, they aren't easy to get to, I don't think. So this might go to people in charge. It might go up a little higher than maybe is good.
Cyrus, what did you get on your check for the physical journal?
18.
18. I think that you see there's a ton of sketches and added in papers here. It's obviously a mix between like a journal that's personal and a journal that he would like turn back into his father when he returned to be like, here's what I did. You can see that he's sketched a lot of like wildlife and plants that he's run into. You see that he's sketched the places that he's seen. You don't see any sketches for these secret locations. You just see like, here's the Terradorian Capitol building, like that kind of thing. You also see he's stuck in drawings of like some of these secret meetings have sketches with them, but it's just like shadowed figures that he can't see who it is, but he's drawing what he sees. Bits of paper, it's like receipts from the different places that he stayed, probably for some kind of reimbursement when he gets back. You see like a couple gold pieces fall out of it where he kind of tucked them away, maybe, that kind of thing. But the librarian, all that she really knows about it is that after Tandem's body was recovered, the journal was with it, and it was sent first to the Empyrean Capitol building, because record keeping and archives and that kind of thing is what Imperia does. And so the Empyrean capital sent it to a library that doesn't get much traffic, so that they have the most time to sit down and archive it and log it and everything like that.
Obviously, I know this is off the bat, so it doesn't have to be right now, but can she recognize any of the places that he stayed, so that if they do end up going to Varanth, she can
Sure. So his travels were both in Terrador and in Varanth. I'll say let's hold on to that for now. And you guys can definitely take the book with you, even though the librarian probably in real life wouldn't let you, but you can just take it.
We're part of the government.
Yeah. And you guys can take the book, and I think that, Cyrus, right now, you're just like, I think that'd be a good thing for me to look back at later, but you can't right now remember any of the names. But there's a good chance that you've probably run into them. You stayed at a lot of inns, right? Good. Okay. Kiana, anything?
Not so much like a check for anything, but because of the confiscation of Theo's headdress and all the other confiscations of paladins getting information, and I think Kiana is just kind of worried that this journal might get into the wrong hands. So she's going to, as a summary of basically what has been told in her own personal diary, and she's going to write it in the Grung language.
Okay. Good.
Grungwich.
Good. Bart, anything? Okay.
No.
That's fine. I'm just asking. Okay, awesome. You guys pack up, you start to leave, you head towards the dock. Maverick's with you this whole time. He's just being real quiet for some reason.
I wonder why.
And
Gee, Maverick, why aren't you talking?
and you guys start to walk toward Afriel's with you as well. Maverick goes and finds Afriel. That's what he's been doing. He went and found Afriel, helped her pack.
Yeah.
You guys arrive. So you get in your carriage, you go to the dock. Quinbert and Bilbert are on the front bench of the carriage, driving, and you guys arrive at the dock. You start to get out of the carriage, and Bilbert and Quinbert kind of step off the bench. They're helping you get all your stuff down. And as Bilbert steps down off the bench, he just has something to say to you guys before you leave.
Well, guys, he's getting teary-eyed. You guys really showed me what it was like to have friends, even though we've only had 3 conversations. And it's been a real pleasure to be with you guys and see you grow and see you have challenges of your own. And I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. But
while he's doing this, Quinbert is emotionally patting his arm. Just yes, I know.
Thank you. But as you know, I was hired by the governor to give you guys rides, and as you guys journey forth, I must say goodbye from here. My services are, unfortunately, in Imperia are at an end.
Get on the boat.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid I cannot.
You afraid?
I was hired for another job here recently, and I must report to that.
Glad you didn't stay dead.
I died?
For who?
I forgot he died.
I died?
No. For
Well,
who? What's the job for?
I don't know yet. The governor just gave me some intel of reporting to a specific location here in Silver Mist, and I don't know. I'll find out when I get there.
This is cruel.
I have to agree, and I'll be. And he turns to Vilbert or Quinbert.
Quinbert.
It's and I'll be just as heartbroken to leave you, my love.
They start to kiss. Bart, Bart or Lorik, do you guys want to say anything to Bilbo before he leaves?
I have no idea what to
Bart,
say.
I'm
Bart,
speechless.
his eyes are
But
like shiny with like they're like watering. His lip is like welling, like he's like a sad puppy, and he's sniffing. He's like, I'm gonna miss you. And then he just like launches himself out Billboard to give him like a hug.
Oh.
I'm gonna miss you too. And like he like extends his arm, expecting everyone else to just join in.
Lorik gives him a hug. Lorik will walk out. Kind of pat him.
And you guys have this tearful hug and goodbye with Bilbert. You guys grab your things, and Bilbert and Quinbert, standing there in front of you guys, finish this hug. You pick up your suitcases, you turn around to head towards the dock, and you see Bilbert standing with a captain's hat on.
Wait.
Surprise!
So he can.
The job
What?
is to take you guys to where you need to go overseas. So I'm not leaving.
Oh, that's
Then why would
great.
you say that?
Filbert.
Dramatic effect.
Yay!
Filbert.
Yes.
Never do that again.
I'm sorry.
Never tell a lie.
I just wanted to see if you guys really cared for me, okay?
Quinbert walks around you guys, joins by Bilbert's side. He goes, "Oh my! I've never seen you look so handsome in uniform."
He like it starts posing like you like that?
Do we have to take this boat? Can we take a different boat? Kiana, where's your
Can
whale?
we get a whale?
Yeah,
Bro,
I'd
where's
much
the
rather
whale
have
at?
a whale at this point.
Maverick's not here.
Kiana.
Go ahead.
I mean, I could
Sorry.
try to find the whale, but sure. I mean, I kind of like this
Kiana.
whole vibe of, love is love, and I don't know. I think Quimber.
I don't like this love.
I think
That's fine and all. I just don't like Quimber.
I just don't like Quinbert.
see. I don't.
I thought we were leaving.
I think Quinbert can't feel love. I think this is fake. He's evil.
Kiana, give me an animal handling check to see if you can call Jeremy.
I'll try.
Jeremy.
She like bends over into the water and like whispers into the water, and 11.
You see that unfortunately you're not hearing Jerry calling back at this point. You're thinking
I thought it was Jeremy.
Is it Jeremy?
Jeremy. Unfortunately, it seems like he's probably on a different
On a
ride
business
right
trip?
now. Like
On a
he's
business trip.
That's not what I said.
Jeremy the whale is on a business trip right now and can't take us?
No, he's doing another trip. He's carrying other passengers.
What you said. He's on a business trip.
Anyway, so yeah, it doesn't seem like Jeremy's going to be able to come. So it seems like this boat might be your only option.
Guys,
Jeremy.
I think unfortunately the best I can do is this crab, and she picks up a crab. And it's
I don't think we can all fit on that.
I
right.
don't
I'm
think
gonna
I think I
swim.
would crush that crab.
So, as you guys, Maverick arrives at this point, and you see that there's this issue as you guys are trying to board the boat. You guys are granted passage, and you walk on immediately. Afriel is escorted to the other boat, and Maverick leaves, goes down, talks to a guy for a minute, and essentially shouts over to you guys that your boat is full, and so Afriel was the extra person who was being put on the other boat. And he has now convinced them to let him ride with Afriel because she's a woman, can't be unattended. So Maverick is going to ride on this other boat that is also heading to the Swamplands. But Maverick and Afriel are on one. The rest of you are on this one. So, it is now the second day of Emberglow. If anyone needs to write that down. The second day of Emberglow. As you guys begin your about 2-week journey from Imperia, and after 9 months in the real world, we are leaving Imperia.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You
Let
guys
me out
leave
of this
Imperia.
goddamn country.
You are ideally heading to the Swamplands. That's the plan anyway. About 3 days into your trip, it's now the 5th day of Emberglow. It is All Hallows Eve, and that is our world's version of Halloween. It is the holiday where the spiritual realm and the mortal realm are closest. You are most likely to be able to talk to those that you love that have passed. And it's also a holiday celebrated a lot in Varanth. Cyrus and Bart, you guys know this holiday as kind of like the Purge. All Hallows Eve is a day where all crime is legal. Cyrus, it's your favorite day of the year. For that reason. It's your least favorite day of the year for another reason that I'll get into in a minute. But Bart, that's what you know it as. Most of the time, Bart, you and your dad's kind of hide away in your house and just don't go outside. But it's been told to you that that's not really what All Hallows Eve is for the rest of the world. Lorik, you have no idea what this is. Theo and Kiana, you've had one All Hallows Eve before. In Abyssalia, it is definitely more on the fun side of things, where it's definitely not as much of a spiritual thing, and it's more so on the kids dress up, they go eat candy, you have fun. That's the Hallows Eve that you're familiar with. Theo, you're familiar with both. Yes. Theo, you're familiar with all aspects of it. You've been to hundreds of these things. Or 100 of these things.
This one's number 100.
This one's number 100. You are very familiar with both the childish costume, candy, fun aspect of it, and the kind of spiritual aspect of it. Cyrus and Bart, you've learned that it's maybe celebrated a little differently in Imperia, and a little differently in Abyssalia as well. Cyrus. You wake up on the ship on the 5th day of Emberglow. The kids have been talking in anticipation for 3 days about how All Hallows Eve is approaching. They've been educating Bart on what to expect, how it's actually fun. And my first question to you, Cyrus, is it's now been 3 days of travel. Maverick's on a different boat with Afriel. So it is you and the 4 kids. How do you feel?
She's got a headache. She's on the far side of the boat right now, where she can still see everybody, but hopefully enough distance to where they're all distracted by each other that they're not talking to her.
That's the prime way of childcare. Let them tire each other out.
You guys are all in your bed still. Cyrus, you wake up. You know the date. It's the 5th day of Emberglow. It is your 26th birthday.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
What do you guys do as you wake up on All Hallows Eve? You guys are all in one cabin together. One family cabin, essentially. So we have Beryl, and probably 2
3
bunk beds for the other. Yeah.
Beryl and beds.
I feel like she probably just goes about her normal morning routine. She probably gets up early, so she's probably been the first one awake. Well, Theo probably was actually the first one awake, but gets up early, does her stuff, does some stretches. I don't know. Maybe she does some push-ups. And she's
What
just
about the rest of you? Oh, sorry.
Thinking.
Lorik gets Rock and says, Cyrus, where do I take Rock to go? We can't go on a walk or on a boat. He says,
In 5 days.
Remember?
He has to be really bad.
Been 3 days on the boat.
Remember what we talked about? Just go to the far side. Let him. Oh, just hold him up. Let him do his business. Okay. I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. Okay. Just figure it out.
Okay. I can do that. I Lion King rock off the side of the
Cool.
boat so he can pee.
Bart
Wow.
and Theo, what's your morning routine? What are y'all doing? It's All Hallows Eve!
Let's see. Good morning. Theo wasn't really asleep because elves don't sleep. I think I would have wanted to find the closest thing to decorations as possible, which may just be things that are slightly color adjacent to the holiday.
Great.
Yeah.
So as you guys are searching for that, Kiana, do you do anything in particular this morning?
You said that Kiana is very familiar with Hallows Eve.
Yes.
I would say she notices Theo trying to decorate with what she can find, and just tries to help, essentially. All excitedly, wants to make it seem like how it was at home.
Yeah, I mean, are the kids excited about Hallows Eve? Has anyone told Lorik what's happening?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
What are these for?
It's holiday time. We get treats
What is
today.
that?
All
Treats?
Hallows
Like,
Eve.
what kind of treats?
Like
We're gonna
something that
commit
tastes good,
crime.
probably. No.
Right?
Yeah, why
I
you're
know,
telling
that's
me
not
that
what we're
it's
doing.
not allowed?
Wait.
Where
The
are we
bar,
gonna
no.
jaywalk?
Did we
We're on a
do?
boat.
Your,
We
That's
did?
what
your dad,
dad's done on Hallows
your
Eve.
dad would kill me. Just no.
We're not gonna do crime. There's nowhere to do crime on the boat.
I'm sure there's somewhere to do crime on the boat.
Why would we? Do
I'm sure there's
crime?
we can do crime on the boat. We can throw
Some
like
places have
Quimber-
crime, Kiana.
Kiana, I think we're supposed to do crime for the holiday.
I don't think Daddy would like this.
We don't
It's
know.
tradition.
You don't have to do crime.
Traditional Varanthian holiday, yes.
Okay, what type of crime do you want to commit, Bart?
Well, I figure maybe we can discuss what would be the best one to do together.
Let's throw something overboard.
We throw Quimber overboard?
Overboard?
That sounds like a good crime.
I think it would be a pretty good
overboard?
crime.
Actually, I support that. That's a great idea, Bart.
That is
Can we throw Quimbert?
murder.
Can we throw Quinbert?
You would
I
throw
might be able to
Quimber
swim.
overboard.
You're not
We
going
can
to
get him back out.
It's endangerment at best.
We can
He's
get
fine
him
if he
out.
can swim.
We're in the open ocean.
He can swim.
No.
It's fine.
Kiana, can you
We
call
can
a
get him
whale
back
to, like,
out.
pick him up as
Yeah.
we...
Look, why are you in support of this?
I think that is what we do!
It's like a prank.
Yeah.
It's just a prank, bro.
A crime prank.
Right, bro. Threw you in the ocean. Don't be so
He's
serious.
a hollow cube.
It's literally a
Can we
joke.
get the hollow cube up?
Come on.
Okay.
Only
It was
fun.
This is
literally-
the height of our today. You're not spraying children, throwing people overboard.
Suddenly, while you guys are talking about this, you hear spooky music playing from the top deck.
Whoa. What?
Ooh.
What could this be?
Is that a crime?
Who did the
They did the
monster?
monster. Yes, that song is playing right now from a hollow cube. They did the mesh. They did the monster mash. You guys hear that?
Festivities are beginning.
Yeah, let's go
Ooh.
upstairs. and
Wait,
listen
we're not
to-
throwing Quimbert over?
No.
Well, the day is young. We just
I
did that.
go and tell Quimber to stay hidden.
No.
Hide
Anna.
to my barrel.
Why would
It's
Why
part of
would
the
I
holiday.
stay hidden? What's going on? I wanted to enjoy All Hallows Eve.
I realize, but everyone else is talking about crimes and throwing you overboard.
Quinbert,
and
you
I'm
should
just-
go enjoy yourself.
Oh my god.
Just stay with Bilbert.
Okay. So you guys head upstairs to the top deck. You guys see there's the Monster Mash is playing. The boat is having a Hallows Eve celebration with different booths to explore. So it's a Halloween party. Music's playing. There's people dancing in the center. First of all, though, you guys see that everyone is wearing a costume. Oh.
Normally I dress up as octopi, but I don't have my costume with me.
What's
we
this
can
thing
find
about
one.
a costume?
What?
You dress up.
Why are they dressed like that?
Yeah.
You guys don't dress up to do your crimes?
Well,
No.
What's
it will get in the way of the crime doing, you know? It's very identifiable. You're wearing something like, you know.
I would say it's the opposite of identifiable.
I mean, yeah, the costume might be identifiable, but you won't be.
So, as you
I
guys
don't
are
know about that.
explaining this idea and pondering, Kiana and Theo didn't have any costumes with them. You guys see that there's a rack on one side that's just like free costumes used for the day. And you guys can go through and pick these things. So before I show you what all these booths are and you guys decide what you're doing, I would love for each of you to go around and just have your character don their costume and explain to me what you're dressed up as.
Yes.
Devin, would you like to go first and tell us what Bart's doing?
I am a Disney adult. No. Okay. It's Figment, the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Dragons are cool. From Varanth.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pretend I dressed up as a dragon.
You could also be, other idea, I like you being a dragon. You could also say that Bart dressed up as a tourist in Varanth. A Varanthian tourist.
You're so right. I'm a Varanthian tourist. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, the dragon, right? Yeah, it's big here, right? Yes. Oh, wow, you're so big and smelly. Wow.
Beautiful.
BTS fan cosplay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That actor Cyrus.
Kiana, will you go ahead and tell us about Kiana's costume?
Kiana is going around trying to find what the heck to wear. Nothing really speaks to her, and in a frustrated grunt, she grabs a helmet of a common sport in all of the countries. Oh goodness, called whack-ball, and she carries around her warhammer as like the bat, and yeah, is a whack-ball player.
Okay, Josie, tell us about Cyrus's costume.
I feel like she was like didn't really want this by choice, but probably Theo and Bart were like super excited about the whole idea, and then Bart like picked something up off the top shelf and like shoved it at her, and she's like, I guess I'll wear it. And so she's put it on and she's like, okay, not that bad.
You're a witch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bart straightens it on your head.
Hey.
A witch? Is that what
And it's funny because witches are real things in this world. You're just dressed up as like a lawyer. Cool. Okay, Abby, go ahead and tell us what Theo's dressed as. No.
I think she picks up the first thing on the rack. And puts it on and goes, "This'll do."
Beautiful.
And for everyone watching at home, what this actually is, it's my costume in which I'm going to be Grunkle Stan.
Oh, we can tell.
Oh.
I know.
I am every NPC because this is just how people dressed at the time. But imagine that each NPC you meet is in a different costume. And finally, Lorik, what did you decide to be for Halloween?
Kiana!
Oh, I love it.
Does it look good?
You look wonderful, Lorik.
Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks.
I don't know any other people or any other things.
Does
Difference.
Lorik disguise self as Kiana?
No, it's Lorik wearing a frog hat.
Heck yeah.
Arch!
Art.
It's Kiana, and then like 6 foot tall Kiana.
Yeah.
Huge
Yep.
Kiana. It's resized image Kiana.
Incredible. You guys have all donned your costumes and the festivities can begin. So we first see these I will explain what all the booths are and then you'll be let free to say what you do. You can roleplay here, you can do the booths. You can do as many booths as you want to, so don't feel constrained.
We have all the time in the world.
The first one, and this is actually, I'll ask for an answer for yes or no if you're going to compete right now. This is a costume contest. If you wish to enter, let me know right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cyrus.
Theo! No, Theo?
I think she doesn't want to.
Yeah.
She put it on and then started walking around. She's like, I don't really know what I am right now.
Yeah.
I don't feel the passion in this costume.
That's
Wait,
so funny.
is there a prize for this? Because if there is, I'm sure Cyrus wouldn't probably compete.
There is a prize. It is a money prize.
Oh, yeah, she's interested.
Okay. Send in chat if you're going or not. Okay. Okay. And so it's all of you, right? Bart, yes or no? Oh, yes. I just saw yours. And then no Theo.
No, Theo.
Ew.
Yeah, so you guys go ahead and enter.
Unexpected.
I know. Lame. You guys go ahead and enter, but you do not yet. It's not time to walk yet. So at the end of the night, you'll have like a costume contest walk. The remaining 4 booths are candy and desserts that are for free. Classic All Hallows Eve treats, candy, dessert, food, drink, punch, all for free. You can eat whatever you want. There's a pumpkin carving station. That's also a competition. You carve at the end of the night. They'll judge it. The winner gets some money. And there's also a bobbing for apples station where you can see how many apples you can bob for. And there's also a crystal ball station where it seems like there's some kind of clairvoyant there to help you with that, you know, communing with the dead aspect.
I'm just letting you know, Kiana's doing everything.
Lorik
So,
will
yeah.
go with her everywhere. Oh no, the crown. He definitely wants to do the pumpkin carving because that's art.
For sure.
I think
also-
Cyrus
Okay.
is just going to follow Bart around wherever he wants to go. And I'd figure he probably
I
wants to
wanna
do
carve a
everything.
Theo, are you doing
You're
everything?
gonna take me around.
Yeah, I'll do
just like my
everything.
mom.
I'll go with homies.
Awesome. Okay, well, if we're all doing everything, I'll just say that you guys are all walking together.
Yeah. Me when I go
First,
with
let's
homies.
do the pumpkin carving. So go ahead and do sleight of hand checks or performance checks, and then tell me what you carved.
Nat 20.
Wow.
You said performance?
Or sleight of hand, yes.
16.
Hold on, I have to think of something to put on a pumpkin.
14.
23.
Okay.
$16 for Cyrus.
We're good at pumpkins.
Pumpkins. Okay.
Pumpkins.
Pumpkin.
Give me 1 second.
Pumpkin.
Okay. Who got the highest? Nat 20, right? What was your what does your pumpkin look like?
I don't know. Hold on, let me think.
Think.
This is just like the fucking flag all over again.
Use your brain!
Use your brain.
Thing in your head. Use it.
Bart,
I
what does
think-
your pumpkin look like?
Wait, no, I've got it.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I
Sorry.
could change it if it's too wild.
I think Lorik would ask his friend, are we supposed to do I do something scary or something fun?
It's whatever you feel,
What do I
Lorik.
do?
anything.
How do I feel?
I'm gonna do something scary.
Okay.
And I'm gonna I would like to my pumpkin to be carving the Empyrean turning those guys to dust.
Which you do in scary detail.
I finish it, and then someone can come up to me and be like, "Wow, that's like really graphic," and I go, "I've been thinking about it a lot. I haven't stopped thinking about it since I saw it happen."
Are you okay?
Have you done this before?
I think I'm okay. No, I have not done this before.
Oh, that's even more concerning.
Wait, no, pause. No, I definitely have. I'm 100 years old.
You've definitely carved a pumpkin before.
Yeah, I've done it a couple times. This is my first time doing this design, though.
This is a new one.
Yeah, we don't need
But I
another
trust
time.
me.
Bart,
Yeah.
what was your pumpkin design?
Bart has decided to carve out the devil himself, Gongo. The scariest thing he could think of.
That's so
It's
fair,
very,
actually.
very detailed.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
You can see the rage, or just no. No, it's not cute. It's
No,
this
he's
is
not.
this is the devil. Don't trust him.
Not trust him.
Who is this?
Who is
The devil.
Who is this guy?
Gongo.
That Gongo.
He haunts my nightmares every night.
Yeah, I
I'm
hear you
here.
say his name in your sleep.
Out of character, I love that Bart has met the devil. Like you have other dreams of an actual soul harvesting demon.
Yeah.
That's not
Bart doesn't give a crap about her, okay?
Bart's
Gongo
not
will
concerned
always be
about
the scariest
her.
thing to Bart.
And you know what's even funnier? When you rewatch the Gongo thing, Devin has for sure blown it out of proportion because it wasn't that bad. Like the Gongo video, Gongo literally just says, "Do you want to stay forever?" And then when Bart says no, he pushes him down onto the ground. He grows 6 feet tall and pushes
Hey,
you, and that was
pause.
it.
He
He's a
did also
mushroom.
get a letter to us.
Gongo. That's so funny. Very good, Bart. Lorik, what do you carve?
Lorik on his 14 carves the scariest thing that's ever happened to him, which is the dire wolf that was rabid and that he accidentally killed. So it's a picture of a very scary, rabid, snarling wolf.
Wow.
Don't
Kiana?
show Rock. He'll be like, Mom?
Don't show rock.
Don't show.
No, Rob.
Don't show Rock.
No.
Oh, Lorik, I don't know if I'm meant to recognize that picture on your pumpkin, but do I know her?
I don't think so.
Deception check right now to your dog.
I don't think so.
Oh no.
Hold on.
Oh,
no.
Is deception is charisma?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I have to check on my fancy Lorik thing. I think that's just normal. Okay. Oh. Got a 7.
Ooh, meets it, beats it. Rock also got a 7, so you're fine. You're fine.
Oh,
That's great.
all right. I guess that makes sense. I've never had any reason to distrust you, Lorik.
Oh no.
Yeah, wolves, they kind of look, I mean,
Sort of, we all look the same. Is that what you're going at?
No, that's not what I mean. But, I mean, it's not your mom.
All right. Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Whatever you say.
Kiana, what are you carving?
I got an 11, so it's a very poorly like just a regular face essentially. But I go and get a wig from the costume place and put a wig on it, and I say it's Maverick since he can't be here with us. I figured, and then I like point it at Cyrus, and I'm like,
Hey, good. Yeah, that looks just like him.
Oh, I'm so glad you like it.
Okay, Cyrus.
Kiss him.
Sorry.
Kiss him.
I like that. That was funny.
I like that.
That was,
I like that. That was funny.
fun. Good job.
I like that laugh.
Okay, Cyrus, what are you carving?
Do you guys know? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like, for example, in like Hotel Transylvania, you know, like the little like head things, like where they were like stitched and stuff like that.
The voodoo heads.
Yeah, she's gonna carve that.
Cool. Awesome. I rolled completely random. I rolled a d6 to see who won, and just if it was a 2, which is me, didn't roll again. And so I have the results, and I will announce them at the end of this.
Okay.
One second. Okay. Awesome. Next, you guys head to the Bobbing for Apples station. You see that the guy there's like, hey, step right up, test your luck, see how many apples you can get with just your mouth.
What?
Whoever's trying, give
I'm
me
so ready.
some kind of dexterity-based check.
Oh, hell yeah.
Could I
Please.
possibly do with advantage since I can breathe underwater?
Yes.
I think so.
What will you let me do? Can I do acrobatics?
That's fine.
23.
Wow.
Me when I get apple.
You can do acrobatics?
Thank God.
Yeah.
16.
Okay.
Hey.
22.
Awesome. Lorik and Cyrus?
I got an unnatural 20.
Okay.
I think she's probably just gonna watch. She doesn't want to get in the water.
She's going.
As a fire genasi, to be fair, that would.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
That's
you
real.
guys have fun. Don't splash me.
Yeah, all the kids get an apple. So all of you very quickly, and they're pretend like this isn't gross. They're candy apples. So you guys get to enjoy a nice candy apple too as you continue to walk around. You see the guy goes, "Oh, it's supposed to be harder than that, right?"
Make it hard then.
And
Can
yeah,
Can Kiana completely like cheat and just like an apple?
Oh yeah, she. And he's like, "You can't. Well, I don't want it back. Your tongue's on it." Beautiful. You guys. The only 2 things left are the crystal ball and the the kind of food and drink table. So what are we doing?
Crystal ball, then snack after.
I think
Yeah, in the night with a lovely snack.
Yeah.
Great. What do you guys? You see that you walk up and there's this clairvoyant, old ancient woman with like thin gray hair, standing over a crystal ball. Ah, have you all come to check your crystal ball? How can I help you on this All Hallows Eve?
Not my crystal ball, your crystal ball. I want to see what it says.
Yeah. I don't have a crystal ball.
My crystal ball. But it reveals your future, your past, your present, whatever you want.
I see.
If there's some time in the past, present, or future you should like a vision into, or if there's some person from the other side you wish to speak to, let me know and it will be only an incantation away.
I mean, do you know my past?
Well, I don't see why there's any harm in trying, don't you?
Okay.
Tell me something, big man. Where do you come from?
I was worried you were gonna ask a question like that. Well, I woke up a month ago in Abyssalia. But let's try Terrador.
Okay. You, Lorik, you can give me a history check or a religion check.
Well, those are the same thing. Oh. 12.
Okay. You see that she goes, Terrador.
Wait, Joe.
Yeah.
Can I use one of my... Would you call this ability/saving?
This is an ability check.
Can I use one of my special things to add a d10?
Yeah.
I love knowing how to play this game.
You also have advantage because of your reptile scale.
Oh, so I roll it again and then I add a d10?
Roll again, take the higher, and then add the d10.
Oh, I dropped it on the floor.
No way.
It was, I think, a 4.
Roll it in the box. You're
Okay.
fine.
Oh, it was a 4. So we'll keep the 12.
Okay.
Not 6. So 18.
18.
Okay. Tell me my secrets.
Terrador, eh? Let's see what the crystal ball might have to say. She touches your forehead. Smoke clouds the crystal ball, and she looks into it. Interesting. Very interesting.
Was that cool?
And you see that she's looking through and she's saying, I'm not seeing any connection between you and Terrador. But it seems like you said you woke up in Abyssalia, did you not?
I did. Is that better?
Interesting. Because I see a strong connection between you and the sea, my boy. It seems as though your lineage, it's so blurry, but sea-based in nature, certainly. Does this ring any bells for you?
There aren't many bells to be ringing, if I'm completely honest about it. I have been in the ocean a lot, and that seems kind of like the only place I've ever been.
Well, think about this going forward. It seems that not only did you wake up in the sea, but perhaps you were born in it. And the crystal ball goes blank. Next!
Okay.
Who goes
Lorik's
next?
a mermaid.
I look at everyone else and I was like, if you guys don't mind, I would like to go last.
Oh, okay. You said that you can contact people that have passed? How is that even possible?
Well, on All Hallows Eve, the veil between the world of the living and the world of the mortals is very, very thin. On days like today, when any sort of people, really, that are in any kind of afterlife, they're much closer to us in the real world, and we're able to sometimes spark a connection.
Can we try?
Of course, that's why I'm here, set up on All Hallows Eve. Who would you like to find?
Well, if you'll answer, my cousin.
What name are we looking for?
Kai.
Do you have a last name? Any other information that I could go off of?
Social security number.
Random last name, go guys.
Jenkins.
Huh?
Jenkins is what Lorik said.
Kai!
Shadowblade!
No! Why have I not thought of his last name?
Why would his last name not be yours?
True.
Was he your mother's side or your father's side?
Exactly.
Well, so Bowen is the mom's name, not the dad's.
I could be from your mom's side.
Okay, sure. We'll just say Bowen. Make it easier.
Whatever. Kai Bowen. What race?
Fire Genasi.
And hails from Varanth.
Yes.
All right, I'll give it a shot. I'm getting glimpses of him in the past. Yes, he Varanth, traveled, never returned. Is this all right so far?
Yes, just get to the point.
All right. And you see that her eyes roll back in her head and she starts chanting in a language that you don't understand. And after a moment, she goes, strange. I wasn't able to contact him, but it didn't feel like he was unwilling. It just felt... I don't know, I wasn't able to locate his spirit. Has he ever... Is he in an afterlife? Or have you spoken to him from beyond the grave before?
I don't even know where he is. He didn't feel like giving me a straightforward answer. Just don't even worry about it. It doesn't even matter.
Could he be trapped in some sort of purgatory? That would make it harder for us to reach him.
I don't know where he is. Doesn't make sense to me. We got lost in this forest a while ago. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
The Enchanted Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I'm still able to contact people that are in their half-life in the Enchanted Forest, so maybe that's not it, but I'm really not sure. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it. Whatever. Just go ahead, Kiana. I'm going for a drink. She gets up and leaves and goes for the drink table.
If Kiana's going to last, Bart, do you have anybody that you want to talk to? You don't really know any dead people, but... you do know dead people, just maybe not dead people that you care about.
Yeah, I don't really care about the dead people. What's my future look like?
Cool! Ah, you're Bartolomeo, are you not?
Yeah.
Yes, very good. See, she looks for a minute here, and you see that she says, in your future, Bartolomeo, I see many misunderstandings. I see moments of clarity that are brought to light only after a time of mass confusion. I see worship. I see reverence. People bowing to you as if you were a god, and people not liking that very so much, perhaps, and wanting to take you down. I also see a strong demonic presence in your future. Have you made contact with any sort of demonic presences?
Yeah. Yeah,
Seems
every
as
now
if
and then, yeah.
It seems as if this will be staying in your future, Bartolomeo, and going forward...
She's so annoying.
I would say going forward, I would really be cautious of who you show public support to, Bartolomeo, because it might come back and haunt you. And the crystal ball goes blank.
Yo, Wendy just got to shut herself in the cabinet.
Can you go get her? Yeah. Theo, now that Bart's gone and Kiana wants to go last,
Hey.
it is your turn.
Read my fortune.
Your past, present, or future, or would you like to talk to somebody beyond the grave?
Let's focus on the now. I'm imagining I'm in a big armchair right now.
You're so not. You are standing across a booth, across a cardboard table.
In my head, I wish. That's what I'm thinking about.
So more of a tarot reading here, I see.
Focus on the now. Yeah.
Theodora Holloway. Bridled and saddled with much responsibility recently, have you not?
Yeah.
Some call you Chosen One. Some call you Rindoshi's favorite. Some call you Prophet. Some call you the one true monk. More than that, Theodora, I see in your presence more than any title or rank or chosen one status. You're a good person.
That's good to know.
More than ever, you try to help the people around you, and you're trying to help the envoy and to figure out what's happened with Tandem Arcanum?
Yeah. That guy.
Going forward, Theodora, don't forget who you are and where you come from.
Never.
Forget not that you come from a family that is saddled in intelligence and that, well, you're called to be set apart. And that the moment that you start to conform, that's when the monks of the Tranquil Lotus will lose all sanctity that they have.
I think that makes sense.
What do you call yourself, Theo?
What do you mean by that?
Well, do you call yourself the one true monk? Do you call yourself a prophet? Or is there something else?
I don't think... No. Yeah, I mean, people keep calling me those things. I don't really know if I like the sound of prophet. But if that's what they want to call me, then sure, but I think I'm just a monk. I'm me.
And I think that attitude going forward, well, I see good things in your future, Theodora.
Thank you. Handshake.
Old lady, crippled hand, Yeah, after that, Cyrus has already made her way to the drink and food table, and you guys are welcome to join her. And at this point, you've gone to all of the booths, so what role play needs to happen here?
I thought Kiana gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, my princess queen. Go ahead.
My princess queen?
Princess.
Hey, that's not true.
Kisses your hand.
You said you could speak with people who have passed, correct?
I can certainly try.
Can reach my mother?
I can certainly try. Tell me the name of your mother.
Her name is Micah Huld.
She was, previously the... Abyssalia's is weird. Not really the queen, but the wife of the council member.
She was.
Tell me a bit about the last memory you have of your mother, and I'll see if I can locate it.
I'd rather not. That's okay. It's
Fiona,
very...
do you want us to leave?
She, grabs Lorik's hand and, rubs on his hoof. If you wouldn't mind.
Okay. Guys, I think they have dessert over there. Let's go.
Everybody except Kiana leaves.
Sorry.
It's all right. And it doesn't have to be the last memory. It could be a happy one. But I'll be able to find her easier if I can pinpoint the reason of death.
Unfortunately, the last memory was on her deathbed. And I, of course, was too young to comprehend what was going on, and my father was telling me that things were going to be all right, and Mommy was just going to go away for quite some time, and of course, Mother couldn't speak at the time. She was so sick. But the last fond memory that I have is, right before she had gotten sick, I do remember her picking me up from my studies, in my schooling, and she picked me up early, and it was quite the surprise because I enjoy school. She assured me that no matter where I end up in life and who I end up with, that thing was going to be okay, and we went out for to catch some bugs with our tongues. We like to, do that as drunk, but it was a fond memory.
I found her. One moment. I'll strengthen the connection. This might be a bit frightening. She'll begin to talk through my body. One moment. Kiana. Oh, my baby, is that you?
Mom, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. This old woman hugs you. What could you possibly be sorry for?
I didn't know how to save you. I could have. I studied up. I found a way after it was too late, but I was too late.
No. Wipes a tear from your eye. Don't. My darling child, no. It has nothing to do with you. It was my time, that's all. It had nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do with you or your brother, okay? It had nothing to do with either of you. How is he?
Daddy, or?
No, you.
I'm afraid that due to Abyssalian law, we had to They took it so hard, your passing. And I just froze, not knowing what to do. Daddy was just in denial for so long. He was angry. He never took it out on us, but he was very angry. But before the law could find out, it had to be done.
Is he okay now?
And she kind of holds on to her necklace. Yeah. I'd say he's fine. Daddy has made it paramount that we stay in communication, but doing well. Still takes it out on himself, blames himself, and of course I do too.
You see that at that sentence, your mother's face, a wave of recognition passes over you, and she goes, I understand. And she caresses the side of your face. And she goes, but you're both, everything's better now. Anyway, as good as it can be.
Yeah, for now.
You shouldn't have had to go through that.
I tell myself that every day, and I hear it from so many others from growing up. But you know, it made Kiana into Kiana.
We had been getting to know Kiana for quite a while, hadn't we? And your father. It's your father. Now, anyway.
He is good. He still. Sometimes he thinks he cares. He cares so deeply. Sometimes he worries so much of what happened to you that he. I mean, it's a given that he thinks that it's going to happen to me. Sometimes that causes some trust, and he's good.
He was always cruel to you in particular. More so than...
I don't resent him for it. Never did. Just miss you so much.
Pulls you in for another hug, and this old woman with your mother's voice and spirit inside. I've never blamed you for a moment. Never for a moment. What happened to me, it was unavoidable. It could not have been fixed with healing spells or a warhammer swung. There's nothing you could have done. If there was something to have been done with healing or fighting, then your father or I would have fixed it. It wasn't. And I'm so sorry that you've had to grow up motherless.
I know.
You know what to do going forward, don't you?
I do. Sometimes I feel like I don't have the strength to do it.
No. You have twice the amount of strength of any other grung that I know. It's all here. Taps your chest right where the necklace sits. This is where your strength comes from, Kiana. You find it. You draw from it. You do what I would do.
So be it. She gives you like one more hug.
I love you.
Thank you, Mother. Oh my god.
Well, I hope you were satisfied.
Yeah.
There's a tip jar right there, but other than that, all my services are complimentary. The ship pays me a blanket fee. Anyway, have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much. And she like lays down. How much gold do we have?
$1,000 million.
She'll put 100 gold just in the jar.
Oh my god! Can you take Daddy's credit card? And right here, I'm gonna call a bathroom break.
Okay. Does anything else need to be said about this Halloween party? Are there any scenes that need to happen? Yes, you guys get snacks.
Yeah, we've
Tons
been
of dessert.
chowing down while Kiana was crying.
Yeah.
Does Kiana join us?
Yeah, Kiana walks in and joins everyone else, not even trying to hide it, just wiping off tears and just okay, so what are we eating?
Caramel corn.
Caramel corn.
Here, I throw a little piece.
In the air. Attempts that.
So Cyrus is here too. Cyrus is enjoying some pumpkin beer. Theo and Kiana are sharing pumpkin, or whatever you just said, caramel corn.
Beer.
What's Laura?
Pumpkin beer. Beer.
What's Laura eating?
A whole pumpkin roll by himself.
I thought you were gonna say a whole pumpkin.
Bart, what are you eating? Beer. Awesome. Cool.
Beer. I'm gonna drink some pumpkin beer with Cyrus.
As the Halloween party, and also go ahead and say, Cyrus, I know that today's a special day for you. No one else knows thus far. Do any scenes happen here while you guys find it there's a bench and you guys sit down on the top deck and are eating?
Bard, can I talk to you for a second?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
We're going to get more beer. So, y'all.
Can you bring me another pumpkin roll?
What's up?
When you come back.
I think that Cyrus just kind of pulls Bard over to this. I don't know what you said. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Lorik said, "Can you bring me another pumpkin roll?" And you went,
Which is perfect.
Okay, well, that was a perfect response for her. We'll just pretend that's what it was. So I think that she kind of just pulls Bard over to the corner for a minute. And, she's like, sorry, I don't know why I thought that would work. That was absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. Today is not a good day for me, and I thought that maybe I could try and make it better, try and talk to him. I don't know, tell him that I'm sorry that I was so rude to him in the forest, but I don't know what I was expecting.
I mean, you couldn't have known that. And I'm sure he knows that you feel guilty about that. That you don't actually mean to be... I don't know how to phrase that, I'm sorry. I'm sure he doesn't hold that against you.
You always said that I should always celebrate a day like this. I mean, what person doesn't like their own birthday? But here I am, another birthday without him. So I don't see what's worth celebrating.
Cyrus, it is your birthday? Cyrus, sweetheart, it is your birthday?
Yeah, don't make a big deal about it. Don't tell him. I don't want to hear it. Oh my god.
And you're just now telling me that it is your birthday?
You know, usually I just go out with Troy and we have a bunch of drinks and go and steal stuff, whatever. This is never a, I don't... Why does everyone have this reaction?
I mean, you could just told me. We could have done that. I was suggesting crimes to do earlier.
That's why I wanted to do it. It seems fun.
Doing it.
And we hate the guy. I mean, I hate everybody, but everyone collectively just hates him.
You should have told me. I could have gotten you a present or something, man.
No, absolutely not. I don't know Oh, I am so glad that Maverick is not here right now.
I wish Maverick was here. He'd be making a whole stink about it.
Yeah,
Bart.
and that's
He'd
why
be
I'm
left
glad
to
he's
you
not.
like, oh, my birthday.
Bart, you remember you were with Maverick when he bought a ring and a bracelet for his sister and Cyrus. Up to you to act on that or not. I'm just saying that you remember that as Cyrus says that.
Oh shit. Man, you should have told us.
Why would
You
I?
really should have told us, man.
Why? When's your birthday? So I know to make an absolute big deal about it, apparently.
Your birthday's on the 1st of Sunfire.
How the fuck do you know that?
I know them all, baby.
First of Sunfire.
Great. Now we both know each other's birthdays. Can we go back to getting more beer now?
I mean, yeah. We can drink all night long. I feel like there's no. You don't need to hide the birthday thing. We don't have to make it a big deal or anything. It's just it would be nice to know.
Oh my god.
I
Can
thought
you
we were
get
getting really
Lorik?
close, you know.
I don't even know why I told you. Just get Lorik that pumpkin whatever thing he said. I don't even want... Just get it for him. I'm gonna get us more beers. And let's just go back and... whatever.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna get a giant log of cake and just sadly like like lug it back to Lorik. You're Lorik.
Oh, okay.
Bart or Cyrus, do you say anything to Kiana and Theo?
Cyrus
Lorik.
not saying anything, dude.
Lorik, Theo, and Kiana, give me a perception check to see if you heard that conversation.
11.
Cyrus, if you would have been trying to be stealthy, you can give me a stealth check.
I got a nat one. I'm eating this cake, dog.
I mean, this cake dog.
23.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll roll. Well, that's not gonna do it.
Kiana, with your keen frog ears, you overheard the entire conversation with Bart and Cyrus.
What? Jonah, is something wrong?
Lorik, come here.
What?
Kiana? Kiana, no!
What?
No, you're not back yet.
Oh, frick.
Gotta know.
Climbs up on Lorik's shoulder because like Lorik would have to like lay down in order for Kiana to.
You're standing on my shoulder. What?
It's Cyrus's birthday.
What is that?
It's the day that she was born, and typically we celebrate those things.
She wasn't born today.
Well, no.
What are you talking about?
On this day, many years ago, she was born.
Many years ago.
How many? How many do you think?
I don't know. I just
Okay. What do we do?
30.
she's definitely older
26.
than 2.
She's got to be older than 2. Okay. Yeah.
She's at least 2.
Lorik, you are hearing them talk about birthdays? You don't have one of those.
No. I want one. Wait, Kiana. I don't want a birthday. I don't have one.
Oh. Okay, yeah, we could definitely brainstorm on that. But I think right now we should. Theo!
Huh? What? Okay, I'm coming.
Theo stole Maverick's hollow cube. It's just.
She's playing Blick Walk on it.
My hat! My hat!
My hat!
Oh, my hat!
Or-
It's Cyrus's birthday.
What?
I overheard her say it. I don't think she wants us to know, but
Yeah, I was about to ask if you overheard.
I did overhear. I'm sorry. But
You don't have to say sorry to me.
do you think we should? It's like everyone loves a surprise.
You know what she'd really like for her birthday? She'd really like to throw a Quinn bird over the boat.
No, you're not.
Yes,
committing
she
murder.
would, Lorik. Yes, she would.
Throw her a crime.
You can call a whale. He won't get hurt. The whale will just pick him up and take him where we're going. But
Let's tie a
A,
rope to him and then throw him.
What if he
keel him. No,
Revivify.
I think
You don't even
bad.
need to like. My conversation. Sorry, I
Revivify.
I don't know if I have that prepared. My hat.
Someone on this boat surely has Revivify. I stand up on a table and I go, does anyone have Revivify prepared?
Cyrus and Bart, you guys walk back up as you see Theo
No,
stand up on the
listen,
table.
Listen. If
Who
Kiana
are we
calls
killing
a
and who are
whale,
we reviving?
No!
if Kiana calls a whale, then not only is he okay, but we also don't have to stay on this boat with him anymore. The
Oh.
whale will just take him where we're going,
Good
and we
idea.
have another day or two without Ringbird.
Look, when did you
Yeah.
start hating him?
I don't. I think he's fine. I'll get to that in a second. But you know, Cyrus really hates him, and it's her birthday.
It's
Cyrus,
your
you're here.
birthday.
It's my
Oh.
what? Were you
Kiana.
guys eavesdropping?
How did you not know?
Kiana quickly
No.
grabs the lava cake that Bart gave Lorik and like casts thaumaturgy to like get some like little like candles going. And all right, is everyone ready to sing happy birthday?
What?
Kiana, do you have Revivify? Because I might just kill somebody.
I don't, but we have a lava cake.
Did any one of the people on the boat respond to me shouting it out?
Everyone looked at you slightly afraid and weirded out. Like,
Come on, guys, I need to know.
and after they looked over to see, like, is someone actively dead, and realized that you were asking preemptively, they were like, and went back to their Halloween celebration.
What the hell?
Just saying.
Cyrus, I swear I did not say anything. I just walked over here, please.
I know, we both walked back together.
Cyrus,
What
do
a-
you really want Quimbert to be thrown overboard for your birthday?
Yes, that would be amazing. Would you guys leave me alone if we do that? Like, can we just do that and be done, and then it's like we go back to whatever it was we were
We have
doing?
to prepare first.
Would it make you happy to have that happen? Like, just to see that? To have that experience?
Oh, I hate the guy.
Yeah.
Then yeah.
Okay,
That's what I said.
okay. If you guys are doing this, all of you give me one check of any kind you'd like to, and tell me the number. And I will tell you how it goes.
Okay, is Kiana calling a whale, or do we need a backup opportunity? Because the only thing Lorik can do is cast fly on him the moment he's about to go into the water.
I'm
That'll
gonna.
work.
We just
I'm gonna
pop him back
check.
up.
My check's gonna be animal handling for a whale. And if it doesn't work, I'm casting Spare the Dying on freaking Quimber so he doesn't freaking die.
Okay.
Okay. Give
Can
me
I
your numbers.
Do acrobatics and say that I
Yes.
jump in and save him. Okay.
Yes.
I'm
I
gonna use persuasion to persuade him to walk towards the edge. of the boat.
Yes. Cyrus, why
21.
don't you be the one to push him? Cyrus, why don't you give me a strength check?
Oh,
I got
was gonna
21. Acrobatics.
What if I do acrobatics too?
That's fine.
Argumentatively. Okay,
Sure.
perfect. That makes it a 19.
Lorik just got a nat 20. I was gonna do an athletics check.
To do what, Lorik?
Grab him, I don't know, and pull him over to Cyrus so that Cyrus could do the honors.
Okay, here's what happens.
15 on animal handling.
The whales
22
come
on
in.
persuasion. He is so persuaded to go to the edge of the boat.
Great. here's what happens. Bart goes and sweet talks Quinbert into walking to the edge. As you get there,
Oh, I know what I'll do.
Lorik picks Quinbert up by the shoulders, tosses him towards Cyrus. Cyrus pushes him midair
Spare the
off
dying.
the boat.
Spare the dying.
Kiana casts Spare the Dying as he goes down. Jeremy the whale comes up, lands perfectly, so Quinbert bounces off of the whale. Theo jumps down, catches him in midair, does a somersault off of the whale, gets back onto the boat with Quinbert, and you set Quinbert back down like nothing happened.
I want you to reenact that as Quinbert.
Okay,
Ready?
Ready?
Everyone ready? Everyone know their
Bart,
part?
you start. Bart, you start.
Bart first?
Quinbert, come look at this. Have you seen this? Like the side of the boat? There's like something there, right? Like, come
No,
listen.
I'll come look right now. Yes.
Yeah, just like lean over.
Oh God! Oh,
Cyrus! With my tongue.
oh,
I'm so sorry.
Overboard!
oh. Theo.
Hey, man.
Oh God! Oh God! What just happened?
Hey, you gotta be quiet.
You just got pranked.
You're awesome, you.
Happy Hallows Eve. No more
Okay.
talking.
And happy birthday, Cyrus!
Oh,
Stop saying it.
jolly good show.
What did I say?
Not you, Lorik.
No, I'm talking to Quinbert.
Oh,
Oh.
it's so funny.
What did I say?
Okay. So, there's two contests that need to announce the winners. I rolled for these. They are completely random, I swear.
Okay.
The announcer gets up. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and announce the winner for the costume contest. We had all kinds of great costumes out there tonight. We thank you guys very much for playing along this evening. Our winner. Can I get a drum roll, please?
Wait. Wait. Wait.
Wait. They don't love
Our
you like
winner.
I love you. Wait.
Is dressed as Princess Kiana Hold of Abyssinia, Lorik. Come on up here. You win 10 gold pieces.
Oh man,
Hey, Lorik.
Hands you
I
10
wanted
gold
that
pieces.
money.
Thank you.
Cyrus, you have so much money. And then a minute later, the pumpkin carving guy comes up. All the pumpkins are laid out on the table. He goes, okay, all right. We had some serious showcase of talent tonight. Some that were truly like horrifying and stuff. But because you see that he points to the pumpkin carving booth sign and it says fun, silly, kid friendly pumpkin carving contest. Because of kind of the parameters of the contest, the winner is Princess Kiana Hold of Abyssinia for her rendition that she titled Senator Maverick Tashad. Awesome. Kiana, come up here. You get a paper crown, which feels a little weird, and 10 gold pieces.
Well, that was pointless.
Cyrus, come kiss it.
That's
It's-
weird. I'm gonna
That's
go.
weird.
No, I'm gonna go refill my beer.
That's weird.
I take
Cool.
the 10 gold and I donate it back to the whoever owns the boat and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
Whatever.
That's nice.
I double it.
Lorik, they don't appreciate our genius.
Well, you know, I found that art is meant to challenge the comfortable and comfort the challenge.
You said that quote wrong, but that's okay.
That's
Disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed.
very,
my
very
brother.
Lorik.
Comfort the challenge. That's so funny.
For the chat.
Lord would know.
He
Oh,
made that up
God.
just now. That's a
I
pretty
know,
good. That's a pretty
You know,
good thing
really
to say,
did.
Lorik.
and
Wow.
that's okay. It means that they've been challenged.
I think you're right.
Been taken.
as you guys, over the next couple days, Lorik, I think you and Kiana finally sit down and choose your birthday. And like, Lorik, how would you want to go about choosing it?
I think they would talk about using the day that they found him, and then maybe like, kind of I mean, that's not kind of weird. Like, you know, it's not your birthday. It's kind of a weird thing happening. So, is there like a calendar that I can just like throw a knife at or something? Throw a dart at a calendar and pick a day?
Yeah, I think if Kiana doesn't have a calendar, you can certainly find one on board.
Kiana, do you have a calendar?
I don't believe so. I do not. No.
You can pretty easily find one on board, though, no problem. Give me a attack roll, and we'll see where you hit.
Attack the calendar. Okay.
19. Well, the reason why we can't do it random is because Lorik has a birthday. Your knife lands on the 17th day of Frostbloom, which is a beginning of winter month.
That's cool. Have I, Lorik, experienced winter? That I know of?
All of your time in Imperia has been snowy and cold, yes.
Okay. Well, I've liked winter so far. Do you know anything about the 17th of Frostbloom, Kiana?
I don't believe there's any specific other significance. If that's the day that feels most calling to you, then...
Well, now you know that's your best friend's birthday.
Wonderful. I'll write it down.
Also, that's about a month from now. We're in Emberglow. Frostbloom is the next month.
Oh.
So, there you go.
Lorik's gonna be 1 year old.
Yeah.
My first birthday.
Pretty much.
Lorik's first birthday.
Awesome.
The day that Lorik showed up on shore is truly like the gotcha day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Gotcha.
exactly. We skip forward a few days. On the 12th day of Emberglow, Lorik, you are standing on the bow of the ship, and you see a ship in the distance. And it has, now that you can read, it has the name Siren's Call on the side of it. Manned by, from what you can see from this distance, it looks like it's manned by ghosts. It looks like it's manned by ghostly pirates. And you see them waving a flag that, based on your limited time on a ship, and this is one of those things where I'm not going to ask you for a check. For some reason, Lorik knows what this is. For a reason that doesn't, you don't know why you know what this means, but it's a flag that you, for some reason, know is a flag that is asking for permission to board. And you would either need to wave a red or green flag. I don't know if that's how ships work, but that's what I'm saying right now. To say yes or no.
Me, Lorik?
I was about to say, why is Lorik the one doing it?
Is Bilbert our captain?
Bilbert's your captain. Bilbert is driving the helm. The steering
Lorik
wheel.
Goes and finds Bilbert and asks what to do.
Yeah, hey, so we're not the one driving the boat?
No.
Can't
So-
punt them on.
No, I'm worried about Bilbert's voice. This has nothing to do with what Megan's trying to do.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, go talk to Bilbert. Let's see what happens. Let's see what comes out of my mouth.
Captain Bilbert?
Yes.
There's a boat. I was standing on the bow, stern. I don't know. I was standing on the bow, and there's a ship out there that I think is covered in ghosts, and it's called the Siren's Call, and they want to board, Do we let them?
Come on. Say, the Siren's Call is a ship of myth. That's not a real boat. There's no boat out there. He points to where the boat is. He's like, there's nothing out there.
I still see it.
You still see it.
Is anyone else? Can I ask anyone else?
You grab any random person and they're like, hey, do you see it? And no one else sees it except for you. None of the rest of the party sees it except for you.
And I have a red or a green flag.
Yeah, you could grab it from Bilbert's stuff.
I wave a red flag.
Great. Everybody give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
What?
Oh, jeez.
DC 10, nothing crazy.
9.
9.
Hold on.
18.
17.
Waiting on Bart, sorry.
Wait, it's a DC 10?
Mm-hmm.
Devin? 11?
Okay, great. If you got
What?
below a 9, you're
Did I
good.
do it right?
You did, yes, you're awesome. I was laughing because you were glitching. Kiana and Theo, you fall over, but you don't fall off the boat.
Exciting. That's good.
Everyone else, you kind of like, duh, as, again, no one except Laura can see this. As the Siren's Call loads a cannon and shoots a cannonball into the helm of the ship.
Hey, why are they
blasting the
doing
hole
that?
into the side of it. And Lorik, you're standing there holding your red flag. No one else can see it. Everybody else just feels as just the wood cracking of the ship and the ship kind of rocking back and forth a little bit.
I wave the green flag.
Ship turns and starts to sail away. For Lorik. For everyone else, you see that Bilbert, the captain, goes, "Ugh, man." He comes down, looks at the damage, and he goes, all right, don't worry. It's mostly cosmetic, but we're not going to be able to go straight to the swamplands. We're going to have to make a pit stop. We're right near Abyssalia, so we'll just stop there for the night, fix it up, and keep going. Boo! Points to some random sailor. Alert the other ship. Tell them to stop too. It shouldn't take more than a night or two. And we fast forward to the next day. The next day, a few hours later. Now technically the 13th of Emberglow. And you guys arrive in Abyssalia. You guys pull up to this dock in Abyssalia. Abyssalia is a beautiful tropical island, from what you can see here. For those of you who know anything about Abyssalia or have been there, you know that it's kind of in the way that, like, maybe in the modern world, like Japan or China is very, like, touristy in the big cities, and everyone speaks English, and everyone, is waiting for American tourists, and, that kind of a thing. And then the further away you get from the city, the less that you see that, right? The further away from big cities you get, the less they're expecting outsiders to be there, if that makes sense. So you know that Abyssalia's capital city is a hub of people from all nations that are coming through and visiting and porting in between different nations. But past that, specifically Kiana, you know this, Abyssalia is not very welcoming to outsiders. You guys land in the... Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
As we get closer and closer to the docking ports, Kiana is standing at the very edge of the ship with a white, with her white handkerchief on, very majestically, like...
You guys see that you pull up to this dock, they get everybody off. All offered free like inn vouchers, but like Kiana, your house is here. Everybody can stay at your house.
Your house, she the princess.
Yeah, the powers.
Alice.
They start repairs on the ship. Bilbert and Quinbert stay here. The vibe is what I've described, where like you can tell that this city is, expecting and welcoming of outsiders, but beyond that, you're thinking no, probably not. And Kiana, you can also like, I'm sure you're probably telling them a bit about Abyssinia. As soon as you hear that they're going there, you're giving them the lowdown. So yeah, we won't be able to leave. Oh God! What's the capital of Abyssinia called, Jess?
I have to look it up. Hold on.
Find it. That city.
Find it.
That city is very welcoming and bustling. That's the city you guys arrive in here. It is beach-ish huts and sand like structures and stuff made out of coral and like very, very beautiful stuff here. You also see that the entrance to the underwater city is here, where it's just like this archway that comes out of the ocean. You would walk into the sea, and that's where the fully underwater city is. It does say no admittance to non-Abyssalians on the sign to the underwater city. And you can see even from here on the outskirts of the capital city, there are signs and guards posted that's like no non-Abyssalians past this point. So very exclusive and not accepting of outsiders. But yeah, Kiana, your palace is, you have multiple homes. You have your primary palace, large home is a treehouse that is right on the edge between the capital city and the rest of Abyssinia, right where it turns from beach to jungle. Did you find out?
Seraphoria.
You guys are in Seraphoria. You have your treehouse home there. That is technically within the bounds of where these non-Abyssalians are allowed to go. You also have an underwater home that you can go to for brief periods of time whenever you visit the underwater city. And you have one much deeper into the jungle that is kind of your most lavish home that you would spend most of your time in, because it's more reclused from the hustle and bustle. But your friends aren't allowed to go there. So where would you take everybody?
I think Kiana's first instinct would be probably the first option, like the treehouse setting, essentially, just for like safety and like not wanting to stir the pot. Pot with Daddy.
So you guys know you've landed here on the 1 second, Abby. You've landed here on the 13th day of Emberglow. The wedding is on the 2nd day of Frostbloom. So you have plenty of time to travel from Abyssinia to the Swamplands, even with this delay, and you'll still get there in plenty of time for the wedding. The ship arrives. Both ships arrive. Maverick and Afriel join you all.
Hi, guys.
But they'll, we'll see how their ship experience was.
They're having sibling bonding moments.
Yeah, they're still like, I don't know, they lost Afriel's luggage. They're trying to find it. Whatever, you know what I mean? They're not talking to you guys yet. We'll let Danica tell us how their ship
Afriel's wedding dress went missing.
I will say,
yes, that's what they're dealing with.
Kiana has the pumpkin of where she won the pumpkin contest, when it's all rotted and the wig's still on there, but she's so proud of it.
So disgusting.
Arf.
Yeah, you guys head to this tree house. Maverick will catch up with you. And Kiana, you lead your friends up, and he heads straight in.
Yeah.
Great. You head in, all of your friends follow. You guys have to like climb up this ladder to get into this treehouse at the edge of the jungle here. And you see that inside, Sarah met Daddy jumped, not expecting anybody to be home. Kiana? What do you oh, we're all here. What are you doing here?
Well, our ship may have gotten damaged by something we still don't know yet, and while we're waiting on repairs, we had to make a pit stop here, but we're all good, we're all safe. Yeah, we're just
okay.
Surprise!
Hi, honey. Gives you a hug. Oh, and you're all here. Okay, wow. The treehouse is really meant for grungs. It's so short. Sorry, Lorik.
Lorik's like,
And you guys can even see that, like, this is the kind of capital city home. And then you guys have that Kiana, you guys have that underwater home for whenever you might be visiting the underwater city. Your primary residence is in the Grung colony, which is in the deepest part of the woods, but it's during the business week, so Daddy's here to attend to capital matters. The Grung colony is in the deepest part of the woods here, and that's where you guys normally live, and you have all kinds of Grung neighbors out there and whatever, right? But yeah, you see Daddy gives you kind of a confused hug, and he's like, oh yeah, sorry, it's really short here. How long are you here before you go on? You're going to a wedding, right?
Yes, and it's not until next month. We have plenty of time. So thankfully, Kraken's blessing, we'll have it up and running within, I would say, no more than a week, hopefully. They didn't really give us a number.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure that process is expedited. You guys don't need to be here. I mean, there's. I don't mean that in a rude way. There's no reason for the envoy to be in Abyssalia. There's nothing to investigate here. So really, it'd be best if you guys could move on as quickly as possible. Yeah, Cyrus.
Perception check.
Why?
Because she doesn't
she's
trust
acting
him.
weird.
Do you mean a vibe check?
Yeah.
Insight, not perception.
Yeah, 20.
Insight check? Okay. I'll wait and see what everybody gets.
Okay.
Aw, man. I got a 13.
Oh god, I got a 6.
Okay. Lorik, you like this guy.
This guy's cool.
Theo, you have spent a good bit of time with politicians now, and your parents are smart people. Your siblings are smart, intelligence-based people. And Ceramit's a cleric. He's studying magic, studying medicine, or I think we technically made him like a peace domain cleric, so I don't know, whatever. But he's, studying the ways of magic and the arcane and that kind of thing in very much a similar way of what you're used to being around with your family. And what you've gathered about politicians with all your time in Imperia, from what Kiana said, that Abyssalia is militaristic, isolationist, as much as they can be while being a part of this envoy. They've always fulfilled the envoy and the qualifications to it exactly as much as they needed to, and never more. So they exactly meet the trade quotas and that kind of thing to have the protection that the Alliance offers them. Ceramit seems like, honestly, Theo, to you, it seems like we have a very particular way of life here. And beyond the perimeter of Seraphoria, we don't really need you guys to see what we got going on here, because it's none of your business. Notice how we met all our trade quotas? Why would the envoy need to be here and investigate us? We've done nothing wrong. Does that satisfy you? Nat 20?
It does.
Okay. Cyrus, I think you just get the vibe that he seems really heckles raised about people seeing Abyssalia. But yeah, Kiana, Daddy says that to you.
Well, of course we won't have. We're not here to investigate. We're just here to get our ship repaired, and much appreciation for hopefully the speedy repairs. And I'm just excited to show off my room and just a few other things for my friends. Of course, we won't go into like the details of Abyssalian culture, but just sightseeing.
Yes, very good, darling. Let the lamps have the day off. I think that that's fair. If you're going to have so many friends in your room, just let your lamps have the day off.
Of course, yeah. I mean, they haven't been. I'm assuming they haven't been working that much since I haven't been in my room, but
No, not very much. But they don't really like outsiders. Yes, so go and relieve them, and you can stay in the tree house until the ship gets fixed the next day or two. They cannot leave Seraphoria. You cannot take them into the underwater city, and you cannot take them into the jungle or the Grung colony. You understand this?
yes, Father.
Very good. Go relieve the lamps. Show your friends your room. Also, where's the senator?
Where is Matt?
He's
Something
dealing
about
with
a
the
dress
predicament.
emergency.
Okay.
Dress was
Well,
lost.
from what I've heard, preliminary reports of the election have been sent here, and kind of seems like it's close between Smalls and him. I mean, I don't know any extra results or anything that you do, but the preliminary results look like they're really close. But anyway, I can go wait at the beach to greet. Is his sister here?
Yes.
Going to her wedding, right? Okay. I'll wait down at the beach and make sure that the senator and his sister can find their way here.
It's not Halloween anymore.
It's not Halloween though. Yeah. I'll go do that. Actually, show them your room. When you're done, Bart, if you could come find me on the beach. And Daddy leaves. And Kiana, you can show off your room. Describe what your room looks like as you take everybody in there. Except Maverick and Afriel.
Yeah. So as we walk in, it's one of many rooms that Kiana has throughout Abyssalia. She hyped it up to the point where she's so excited to show you guys, but it's completely minimalistic. It's just it is very clean. There's very few decorations on the wall, and if there is, it's basically just shells essentially. Some hanging crystal bubble things are all throughout the ceiling, giving off the vibes of floating bubbles and everything like that. And she just has a giant circular bed in the middle of
Is
the
it
room.
shaped like a lily pad?
It very much is.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it's
Hell
she
yeah.
hyped it up so much, but it's just very minimalistic.
I like what you've done with the place.
Oh, thank you. I've taken.
I love it.
It's a lot nicer than your barrel.
It is, and I cannot stress enough how excited I am to sleep in my own bed. Where were you guys? Oh,
You have an impeccable taste for interior design.
thank you. I will make sure before I dismiss my lanterns and every other worker, that I'll have them carry up some kind of cots or beds for everyone else. Do not worry. And the room is very large. It's definitely enough to fit everyone perfectly fine.
Cool.
It's just kind of empty, basically.
Two things, Kiana. One, you see that there's two bioluminescent jellyfish sitting in the edge of the room, or kind of floating, 5 or 6 feet off the ground in the edge of the room, that are faintly glowing. It's not dark, so they're not really lighting up the room, but your lamps that are sitting there waiting to be told what to do.
So wait, hold on. We're not in water right now. So these jellyfish just on the floor.
Yes. Great point. Great point. They're jellyfish that are on the floor. Yes.
It's oh my goodness. I'm surprised Daddy waited for me to let you guys go. And she scoops them up and says, "You guys are relieved." Yeah, unfazed completely. It's
Yeah.
You guys are relieved of your duties up until this company leaves, and yeah, do whatever you guys do in your free time, even though you don't get that much. And then she sends them down this chute that reaches to the water.
To the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Flushes them.
So gross. Second, Kiana, while you're talking about this and showing everybody, Necklace summons you.
Oh, I just and she's like telling everyone. I just remembered. I have to pee so bad. It's been very long since we've. I hated the toilet on the boat. Anyway, if you would just excuse me, and she'll go to like the restroom.
First of all, we talked to Mom. Or you talked to Mom.
Yes, and I wanted you to say a few things, but on the slight chance that anyone would hear, I just didn't want, but
It's okay. I don't know that I'd be able to talk to her.
do you think we should tell Daddy spoke to Mom?
I think so. Probably.
I think it would do him good.
Two, we're in Abyssinia. We're at our house. And things still aren't normal.
Yeah. It's definitely... Yeah.
And then third, Kiana, you know that we can't sleep in our bed. At least not if they're in the same room.
So... It's been so long.
I want us to sleep in our bed too, but they're gonna have to sleep in a different room if we're going to.
Fine. I know you're right.
I mean, it's just... We can't not wear our robes in front of other people.
Right. What if I put the barrel on the bed and it won't be...
No,
It
Kiana,
won't be
no.
the same, but the principle...
I think let's just tell everybody that they have to sleep in a different room. And we put their cot... We have 1,000,000 bedrooms here.
No, but
Let's just put the cot in one of them.
I was kind of excited to have a sleepover with my friends, our room. But you're right.
We have a sleepover with them every night for a month and a half now.
You're right. It's different, okay?
Maybe I don't want to sleep in a barrel for once.
You're right. Okay, fine. We'll tell them to go to different branches of the tree.
Listen, now that we're home, you have to make sure that we don't slip up.
I know. Trust me. I've already thought about it, and it's been tough because we're so comfortable here.
And
I had to be extra careful.
It should be a little bit easier since they won't be able to see the ground colony.
Yeah, true.
But they need to stay in Seraphoria, and we need to get out of here. I mean, as soon as possible, because we need to get to the wedding, but also the less time that they spend in Abyssinia, the better chance we have.
I wish it weren't that way, but you're right.
Okay. Well. Alright. Well, let's go.
You walk around.
Ends the connection. Yeah. Bart, you were told that once the room tour was over to go see Daddy. Cyrus, what's up first?
Can she, secretly follow?
Bart or Kiana?
Bart.
Sure.
Want me to roll?
So Bart and Cyrus.
Okay, Slay.
Nah. Bart and Cyrus, you guys go down. Cyrus, you're just hanging back at a distance. You see that you meet Daddy on the beach, and he's just Sarah's standing there waiting for Maverick and Afro to get off the boat. And You see, he goes, "Oh, Bartolomeo, good. Glad you're here. How have you been? How's your travels?"
Good. It's been good. How are you?
Great, thanks. Same as always. Well, listen, Abyssalia has heard some rumors about you. Spraying orphans in the streets of Varanth with water? I just wanted to, well, my first question is I just want to check on that. We're a big fan of water. So that's not the issue, but I just know culturally it might be.
No. See, there was. See, okay, so I've also become aware of these rumors. They are not true. And I mean, it's like the broadcast is always like live on HoloCube, and I'm like not in Varanth, you know. So you see how like that's not like possible, right?
Right.
I don't know who that is. Kind of whack. I like water too. Water's cool. I sprayed a bunch of it on the forest, but I wouldn't do that on some random orphan children.
Totally. Yeah, what you did with the water on the forest, that was awesome.
Pretty cool, right?
Kind of showing water's, mastery over fire. It was really cool. Yeah. Anyway, so, well, confirming or denying the rumor aside, we've heard the Abyssalian police force has heard some things in preparation of, you're traveling with the princess, so anything to kind of do that might jeopardize the princess's safety, we hear about. And as a result of this rumor about you spraying orphans and about your public support of Tashad in the election, Abyssalian police have kind of gotten an anonymous tip that someone is planning on assassinating you at the royal wedding. So basically,
what?
Oh, hi, Cyrus. Actually, yes. Come on over. This would be great for you to hear as well. So basically, because of your political beliefs, somebody that doesn't agree with Tashad has apparently made a threat, and we're never sure how credible threats are. That and the fact that I may or did not spray orphans with water, but people said you did, whatever. Abyssalian police have just heard this tip, and to protect both your safety and by proxy the safety of the princess, we don't want anything to happen to the envoy. The Abyssalian police, we're going to send some extra guards with you to the wedding, and just to guard the envoy as a whole. And Cyrus, these guards will be under your command. So their primary goal is to protect Bart, but by proxy, they need to also protect the princess. And I know that, Lorik's been doing an excellent job, so I don't have many worries about that. But the assassination kind of tip was for Bartolomeo, and if Bart's potentially getting assassinated, then that, Kiana could be in the line of fire there too. So we're sending, we think it's important that the envoy goes to this wedding still. So we're sending just a group of Abyssalian soldiers under Cyrus Bowen's command to protect Bartolomeo and the envoy as a whole.
Yeah, that's good idea. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Yeah, and Bart's just like, okay. Yeah. Like he's like in and out, like I'm gonna get murdered? What? I don't okay.
No, you won't. Don't worry. Our Abyssalian soldiers are very good. So
yes. I believe you. Yes.
Whenever you guys leave, Cyrus, those soldiers will come to you.
You okay there, Bart?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yep. It's all good. Haha.
Well, when do you think we'll be leaving?
Well, I checked on the progress of your boat while I was waiting on Senator Maverick, and you guys should be good to head out the day after tomorrow, as long as nothing else unforeseen occurs. So today's the 13th. So by the 15th, you guys should be good to leave.
Need anything else?
No, I'm just waiting for the senator. Do either of you have any questions?
Or you're the one that's...
I think I know way more than I would like to know. I'm okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. Hey,
for telling me that.
Yeah, no, not a problem at all. Cool. Well, so you guys will be leaving soon, but if you ever find yourself back in Seraphoria, there's tons of BTS fans here, so I'm sure that they'd be super psyched to meet you.
That won't want to assassinate me, right?
As far as I know.
That won't want to kill me, right?
As far as I know.
Cool.
Where's Kiana?
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Yeah. World tour, yeah.
And as Senator Maverick and Afriel are getting off of the boat, and you guys are settling into Abyssalia for a quick little pit stop, our session comes to an end.
As you all know, 'tis the season! It's October! Fall, am I right? Leaves, all that? Really exciting. But it's in October. Hallows Eve. And hey, check that time, right? It's almost here. And hey, check your closet. Do you have a costume? No. The answer is no. You need a costume because who are you to not have a costume on Hallows Eve? So let me be the first and the only recommendation that you need to hear, in which you need to go to that costume store on the boat that Bilbert drives. They have costumes for sale, but also for free. And those costumes can make you win a costume contest. No doubt. There are no labels on any of the costumes. They are on hangers, loose, washed, ? But they're costumes and you need one. So consider going down today. Actually, not going down. Going across, over to the dock, get on that damn boat, get a costume. You're set. Thank you. What's up, gamers, dice whisperers, whispers from the dice, if you will. Thank you so much for session 18 of Terrador's Trespass. We are here every other Thursday playing this game. Am I right, team? Love you all. Mean it. You, if you're watching, should 1. Subscribe. 2. Click the bell, because it does something. 3. Like the video. 4. Leave a comment about whose pumpkin should have won had it not been a child-friendly pumpkin carving show. Am I right? Anyways, love you all. Mwah.